Welcome to Elite Podcasts with your host, Mighty RX.
Welcome to Season 3 of the SFL Podcast, where this time around, we're going to hit up the ownership groups of these new expansion teams, find out how they even got the expansion teams to begin with, how they got involved in the league, how they catch wind of the SFL, and more. Can't wait to hear the stories about the ups and downs and trepidations about these first seasons that you just experienced. So I hope you enjoy.
Welcome on another episode of Elite Podcast. And this time we're in the Northwest, great Northwest of the U.S., where we get to sit down and chat with half of the ownership of the Seattle Nemesis. Nemesis, right? Is that? Don't
yes,
choke.
Seattle Nemesis.
Don't choke on me now, Ethan. Don't choke on me now. Now, is that plural? Is that singular? Is that just a yes? Like, what's going on?
Seattle Nemesis.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So again, thank you for making some time to hang out with me and kind of show your awesome face and persona as we get to talk about all things Seattle and maybe more than that. So Ethan Kai, again, co-owner of the Seattle Nemesis. Your other owner, David Harrell, couldn't make it with us. He's kind of busy with some other things right now. We'll catch up with him down the line. So first, before we even get deep dive into much of anything, what did you think of the overall first season with you at the helm of the Seattle franchise?
Locker room wise, it was great. Game wise, it was difficult. There was some very frustrating moments. But we started picking it up pretty good near the end.
You know, we're going to delve into your schedule a little bit, and the outcomes and the mindsets behind after certain outcomes or whatnot. So, but for the people at home, Ethan, if you want to let them know, how did you catch wind of the league? What piqued your interest and made you want to jump in? And when did you officially begin being part of the SFL?
Ryan Michaels.
Oh, that's my dude right there.
Him and I used to be coworkers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he's like, you need to check this out. So I checked it out and I watched, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to join. So season 11 is when I joined as a rookie.
Okay, and then what franchise did you jump in with?
I was drafted by St. Louis.
There we go.
Number 8.
The old Gladiators. That's what's up. The now Motor City V8s, right? That's cool. That's cool. So now you're part of the Gladiators. You know, you're in that locker room. You're on the field. Y'all are, you're a defense player. You're back there cracking heads and covering receivers down the field. What made you want to jump into like coaching or even front office work? Or when did that occur? And what made you want to do that to begin?
I wanted to own a team from the get-go, and that was my goal through the entire time. I mean, I tried 3 total times to get a team, and I finally got it on the 3rd.
Third time was the charm. That's what's up. But what did you begin doing first, like in contributing to your team? Did you begin scouting? Were you coaching? Did you jump in the front office?
Scouting. I scouted, and then got a chance to put some plays in the defense at like the last 2 games of the season to get a little bit of understanding. And then the next season I was doing defense and offense. I think I was head coach then.
Okay.
And we had all the players had a great record-setting season, but we still had a 2-10 record.
Yes. And that stinks. But from there, did you because you didn't go from St. Louis to Seattle, right? So what was the next stop after St. Louis? Once you left St. Louis, where else did you go?
Season 13, I went to Houston.
The former Hyenas, now headhunters down there in Houston, headed by MSG and DR Sim down there. So you work with Demond down in Houston. Were you defensive coordinator down there as well, or part of the front office?
Defensive coordinator, GM.
So you did both. So you helped acquire the talent as well as coordinate the talent on the field to make sure that they prevented teams from scoring to allow y'all an opportunity to win some ball games. Say that. What do you think of your time there?
I enjoyed it.
Very good.
I have nothing bad to say about Damon. Just when I met him in person, he was a shorter person than I thought.
Listen, man, leave us diminutive people alone. All right, okay. So we just, we make up for it in different ways. Okay, Ethan, just saying, we're not all gargantuan.
My
sir.
whole time in Houston, I thought he was like 6 foot something.
Listen. I've learned that one of the reasons why we were made this height is because if we were any taller, we would be overbearing and obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? Like, if I'm like this now, you give me 5-6 inches? Oh no. Oh man, I'd be so arrogant. So you know what I'm saying? So I understand for a short, let me rephrase that, a shorter, right? We're not short, we're just shorter than.
But the thing is when you get taller, you're more laid back, more
I don't know if I were taller, I'd be more laid back, but that's neither here nor there. So from Houston, you helped coordinate the defense, you helped acquire some talents. From Houston, did you head elsewhere?
Nope.
So from Houston, you is where you start putting your bids in to get a new team, and eventually in the off season of season 18, you're able to capture the, what I'm saying, that bid and be able to get your own team up in the northwest of the US, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what's up. So what made you settle on that? What made you settle on that specific area? What made you settle on the name Nemesis? And then your color scheme is a little different.
Well, I live in Olympia, the capital of Washington, and Seattle's just up the road.
Okay, that's what's up.
And Nemesis was, I played with a bunch of ideas, and then Damon and I were throwing ideas of names around.
Yeah.
And Nemesis, I said, he's Nemesis, and he's like, yeah, let's do it. I think that's a good one. So I was like, all right, now I just got to find a picture that fits.
And I actually like your logo. I very much like that Grim Reaper-ish logo you got going on there with the Nemesis. But what made you settle on those colors? Like they're very, how can I say it? They're not bad. I like the concept, right? I like having something that pops, something that's smooth, something that's mellow. So that way, for any circumstance, if you got to pull out a jersey set, you know what I'm saying, you got the clothes to mess around with to make some you know what I'm saying, to intimidate or to just chill or whatever.
Hold on a second.
No problem.
I'm gonna lock him in the room. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that.
No worries. No worries, all set. So what made you settle on that that color scheme for the Nemesis?
The purple and black and the gray were originally my first bid.
Okay.
With the Honolulu Eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
So I people really liked the color scheme, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with the color scheme, but I wanted something that bright that would pop out of there.
Yep.
And Seattle has that bright green on a lot of their uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, let's bring that green in.
There we go. And the rest is history. That's what's up. That's dope. So in Seattle, Ethan, you and David had the ship. Y'all are, you know what I'm saying, y'all co-own, y'all make sure everything is run the way that y'all want it to run. But what does the hierarchy look like over there? Who's the GM, if you have one? Who's your DOC? If you have scouts or coaches, what does that look like over there?
Defensive coordinator is Brady Clark.
Okay.
GM is, everybody knows, Doug Day. Head coach is T the Queen.
Okay.
Offensive coordinators and myself and David. Him and I swap off on that because sometimes I can't figure something out. He can.
Okay, that's good. Bouncing ideas off each other. You know, iron sharpening iron. That's very good. That's very good. So,
And then our director, it's not a director of communications, it's a department of communications because it's all of us.
okay, that's cool. I know you got Polly over there doing big things with the graphics and whatnot. So, Polly Truth down there, right?
That's been, Paulie's taking a back seat on that. He's
Okay.
got a lot of real life issues. That's T the Queen.
Oh, that's T. Okay, that's T holding it down. Okay. Because I know when Polly was with us, he was big behind the scenes and hooking us up with graphics and doing his music thing. So I know when he went over there, I saw some of his handiwork. So okay, that's cool. So let's get into the schedule, Ethan. So week 1, new team on the road. Huh? What? Okay, sure, we'll take it. So on the road, your first game ever as the Seattle Nemesis. You head to Charleston, where Charleston puts up a 50 burger. But coming out of that weekend, you were the highest scoring expansion team, right? So how did it feel finally getting to see, you know, the Nemesis on the field in live action in a game that mattered? Though the result was not what you wanted it to be. How did it feel?
It was a lot of excitement because we were at the convention. It was T, Paulie, myself, and we were sitting there. We were excited. We watched. I was talking smack to the Charleston players that showed up.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So
I'm like, we may lose this game, but we're taking some of your players out.
He's like, we might lose this battle, but we ain't gonna lose the war. We're gonna take y'all out with us. Okay. So week 2 comes. You finally get your home opener in front of the home fans, and you face the DC Dragons. And this one, y'all go down 33-20. This game's a little more competitive than the first game was, so it looks like you might be starting to get your bearings and whatnot. So, but you're 0-2 out the gate. What's the mindset? What's the locker room looking like?
Locker room's pretty excited. I mean, we were taking every game as every week. If it was hope for the best, expect the worst.
Okay.
Because, I mean, our defensive coordinator, Brady, is new to being a DC, and my offensive play calling wasn't really clicking like I wanted it to because power backs are hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that one very well. But the next game, you're at LA, another one where it's, you know, it's y'all allow 33, y'all score 14, but y'all are heading to the bye. Y'all 0-3. You said the locker room was very upbeat. How are the coaches feeling at that point, though? Like, was there any frustration setting in, trying to get the offense, the traction going with the offense and whatnot, or did you believe that, you know, as the season went on and you got more acclimated to your personnel, you might be able to do so?
That's pretty much it, because we as a new expansion really had to put everything together quickly. The team, the playbooks. And so we didn't really get 100% test out like we are this season so far.
Okay.
Because
so,
we already knew who all we were bringing in. Obviously, we're not drafting. And we've been running playbooks since November.
Yes. So you'll be more prepared coming into season 20 than you were season 19.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're coming out in the bye
Plus,
week.
we had a lot of young players coming
to have to develop. Yep. I've been there. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. So but as long as they understand that it's a process, usually there's a level of understanding there that, you know, that there's a process to it, and they won't be great out the gate, but if they trust the process, that they'll be able to get to where they're trying to go. It's all a matter of that. So you come out to bye, and y'all are headed to the defending champs, in Baltimore, and they showed why they're the defending champs. And you know, so yeah,
Can we just go next?
we're going to the next game. No problem, Ethan. I got you. So you know that's a loss, and then you're. It looks like this one's gonna be a rivalry for seasons to come, because next game y'all are hosting Portland, and this one y'all ran out of time. Y'all lost 28-26. Going into that week, right? You're Baltimore, whatever, burn the tapes. It never happened. You're getting ready for Portland, and you believe you see certain things that you either might be able to take advantage of, or certain things that you can take away of theirs. And so give me your mindset coming into that week, and what did you think you could accomplish going into the game, and did it happen for you?
Our mindset was to stop their biggest weapon, Ezekiel Love. Because if you can keep him pretty much contained, then you can probably cover the pass better than we could. We were doing, I know we didn't finish last in passing or rushing defense this season. So, I mean, we were starting to figure it out, clicking, getting everybody. And we had quite a bit of progression going then.
So good. The guys are getting
that was like the halfway mark.
Yeah. So your talent on the field is getting better. The coach is getting a little more acclimated as to how to utilize that talent. So you're hoping it starts to converge. The week after that, you're at Carolina, where you lose this one 30-14, but you're heading into a bye week, where you can kind of catch your breath and kind of rally the troops and regain, right, to just recenter yourself as to, okay, we're kind of getting acclimated. We know what we want to do. We know what we can't do. Let's get ready for this back half of the season coming up. Am I off in what I'm saying?
No, that's pretty much it. We were getting ready for the back half.
Okay,
hoping to at least not go 0-12.
Okay, so let's see how that went. So week 9, we're at London. Yeah, that one, yeah, it was competitive-ish. I guess it kind of got away from y'all because y'all lost 45-21. And then the following week, remember that game against Vancouver at home?
Oh yeah, where we lost by 2.
Yes, that game there. Y'all defense came to play. Like, so explain to me the mindset going into that game, because that game there, y'all must have seen something that y'all could take away to kind of make their lives more difficult than they are accustomed to be able to hold them down to 13, because Vancouver's offense can score points in bunches quickly. So if you don't want to say too much because you got to face them on a regular basis, I get it. But you just give me a broad view.
What that was is basically, we know they got the receiving core, and we just needed to cover their bases. David is probably, in my opinion, one of the top scouts. He was what was bringing that through.
Okay, so he helped put together a game plan of things that would make Vancouver's life a little more difficult by taking away the things they like and forcing them to do things they don't like, basically.
Yep.
Okay. Good stuff. So y'all starting to get the hang of it. Week 11, home. Y'all get that first dub. Get the monkey off the back. Get off me, monkey. Get that win. Big time win, 231. I think that's y'all first 30-point outing of the franchise history. Y'all 31-17. Y'all were able to defeat Canton and get that first victory. How was the locker room after that win?
For me, I was super excited. I know my locker room was excited. We wanted to finish out the season with wins. Yes, KJ, I did win that one.
Nice. So
because KJ, Christian Alacio is from Seattle, and I didn't want him to win.
Okay. So I rep the home team here, homie. Right? Okay. So, but how was the locker room? Was the locker room elated after that victory as well?
Oh yeah, we wanted to finish out the season strong, get one more win under our belt.
Okay. The following week, y'all hosted Motor City. And I guess y'all kind of got overexcited from the win because it didn't look like y'all showed up. You know, this one here, y'all lost 26-3, which was y'all lowest.
Yeah, that was probably.
That was y'all lowest output of
We saw
the
something,
season.
and then they changed what we thought we saw.
Ah, there we go. We have learned it something in coaching. Yes, very much so. So
The game of chess. We
there we
moved
go.
left when they moved right.
Which way did he go? Right. So it happens. And the following week in the home finale, y'all hosted the Queen City Corsairs in another defensive battle where y'all ran out of time again, and they beat y'all 16-14 to wrap up your home slate. Then lastly, the grudge match, right? The rubber match between y'all and Portland. They were able to take that one 13. They beat y'all 23-13. So y'all ended the season 1-11. Y'all got a bunch of close games, which means that y'all were pretty much competitive for the most part. Probably some things to
our last 5 games. I think the offensive teams didn't score more than 20.
Yes, y'all were in
Motor
yes.
City was a pick 6 and something. So that's what got us too.
So it's
we learned some things about quarterback, which quarterbacks not to use for your quarterback. Yeah, throwing motions mean everything.
It's all growing pains. It's all I've learned more in losing than winning. So I can't wait to see what Seattle look like going into season 20, especially since you said y'all are hitting the ground running and getting yourself prepared to put together a much more competitive product. So that'll be awesome there. So all in all, you said the locker rooms are beat. They understood there'd be growing pains. Y'all are bringing back the same coaches from last season, so that's a good thing because there's some continuity there. Excuse me. Am I correct to say, Ethan? There's a continuity there where
oh yeah,
you know what David like, David knows what you like. You know what I'm saying? Your DC knows what you. So everything's kind of working more in conjunction. There's some kind of synergy there.
I told my DC last season. I said, "You're getting trial by fire."
Oh yes, throw him in the deep end, and boy, you better let him swim. Or you gonna drown. So okay, that's cool. Who's y'all first opponent? Because I didn't have a chance to look into
It's the Atlanta Swarm.
Ooh, you get to host my boy Chizzy. That offense likes to throw the ball everywhere, and when you try to stop them from throwing the ball everywhere, here comes BDG, ready to break everybody's ankles. Referees, cheerleaders, coaches included. Like nobody's safe. So yeah.
We've been looking at all that.
so okay, that's gonna be a fun one. A lot of bright colors between y'all two teams too. Woo! That's gonna be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, we're gonna probably wear some dark colors.
So, Ethan, we have come to the segment of the show where we turn the tables around and you get to ask me whatever you please, and I will try to answer to the best of my ability.
Who do you think is going to be in the championship
this coming season? Baltimore and somebody. It's one of those. It's one of those. There was a time when Tiger Woods used to run golf, right? And when bettors used to bet, they're like, you would take Tiger Woods or you take the field. And if you took the field, you lost more often than you won, right? So Baltimore is at the point of being that Tiger Woods level of dominance right now, where you take Baltimore, you take the field.
And that's because of their retention level.
Yeah, it's you got guys. Their guys up top know what they're doing, know exactly what they want and they understand how to extrapolate that and to make that happen on the field. The players trust them with the philosophy and strategy they have over there, and it's a matter of other teams stepping their game up in the same fashion as to knowing what they want to do and sticking to it. Because it's one thing to get hot or roll a 7, right? You got the dice, roll 7. We won a game. It's another thing to try to roll that 7 12, 13, 14, 15 times. I don't like rolling dice. I like, okay, we know what we like to do. Are we good running the ball? Guess what? We're going to run the ball a lot. If we're good throwing the ball, guess what? We're going to throw the ball a lot. If we could do both, good luck stopping us. Can we stop?
We're going to try to do both because, I mean, we're set up with 4 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, a fullback, and a halfback.
No, I get you there. But so now you want to do both. The season will tell you if you can or cannot, and how you I don't want to say the wrong word. I don't want to say manipulate, but more like how you cater your offense to what you can and can't do will determine your level of success, right? So if going into the season, week 2, week 3, you notice that your back is a horse, but you can't chuck it. If you're chucking it 50 times a game, you're doing it wrong, right? But conversely,
yep.
if your quarterback is you know what I'm saying, is Pat Mahomes back there, so you know what I'm saying, is Herbert, so you know, flinging howitzers to wide open receivers down the field, and you come out of the game and you run the ball 40 times, right? So it's all about, as the season plays out, you see what your team's good at, you'll see what your team's not good at, and it's about hide what you're not good at and then do what you're good at more often, and then more often than not, you get W's. So, but Baltimore has been the team that's been the most consistent in that regard for the past 4 or 5 seasons now. So that's why they're at the top. And to knock them off, you got to be able to do that consistently against them. So it's going, but if you ask me, I like Baltimore. The top hasn't changed. It's still the same owners. It's still the same coaches. It's still the same ballers on the field. So until someone knocks them off, they're it.
My kid's yelling at me.
I hear him in the background. Do you have any more questions for me?
I'm good. If I do, I'll just message you DM.
Okay, sounds good. And so, Ethan, I appreciate you again for taking time for myself and for the people at home to kind of show yourself, let them hear your voice and your mentalities and philosophies about, you know, all things Seattle, and can't wait to see what Seattle does in season 20 and more. And so for Ethan Kai, co-owner of the what's up?
CC, Seattle's not for sale.
I am glad you put that forth with such vigor. Seattle ain't for sale, folks. And with that being said, for Ethan Kai, co-owner of the Seattle Nemesis, I'm Mighty RX, Max Paul, owner of your Florida Storm, and we're out.
Brian Little.
Japan.